Okay, I guess we can start. And if some people come later, then they will be able to see the video after the webinar in case they miss something. Okay, so, well, let's start making introductions. So here with me, we have Daniel Reeve. He's based in Spain right now. He's responsible for our support department. Okay, so maybe you know him already in case you had some questions in the past and you contacted our support department. And it's also me, Ignacio Roda. I'm based here in the States, in San Francisco. So I'm one of the co-founders of Mobincube. And normally it's me, the one who offers these kind of webinars, especially the English ones. Okay, so well, I'll be like leading the webinar and teaching you how to use Mobincube and do this example. And Daniel will be attending the chat. So in case you have any answers during the webinar, you can use the chat. Okay, and he will answer and he will help you. Okay, so well, basically today it's going to be a really different webinar. You know that we had some webinars in the past, and normally we used to teach you how to use some features of Mobincube and how to do this, how to do that. But today is going to be like a live example, okay? And we are, I mean, the mission of this webinar is to create a real app that is going to be able to be published on Google Play, okay? So yeah, in this example, we are going to create one app for sharing quotes, okay? You know, well, today's app is going to be focusing like monetization, okay? So for those users who want to make apps for making money, okay, today they will receive one example of app that normally makes a little bit of money, okay? So it's going to be one app that is going to show some proverbs, okay? So like Chinese proverbs or English proverbs, and users will get like a different proverb anytime, and they will be able to share them on WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter, okay, or any other app installed on the device, okay? So well, let's start. One moment. I'm preparing my screen, okay? So um, let me share my screen. Okay, I guess you will be able to watch my screen in a moment. Can you see it? It's fine. Okay, perfect. So, well, I'm going to create a new app. Well, I guess you all know how to use Mobincube. I mean the basics of Mobincube. Okay, so I'm not going to explain every step that I do. Okay, so for example, I'm going to start a new app, but you don't need to get explanation on how to create a new app, right? So I'm going to call it Proverbs, or like World Proverbs in English, for example. Okay. Well, first, let me change the language and the category. It's going to be education, for example, and I'm going to get one icon. I'll use this one from another app. Let me see if I have all the content. I have. Um, okay, let me show you all the resources that I'm going to use. Okay, I'm going to use only these resources. Okay, 3 images. I'm missing this one. Oh, I also have one database with sentences. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, well, I have this database with proverbs. Okay, and they are arranged. Well, basically, this database is only two fields. Okay, I have the sentence or the proverb and the type. Okay, or the origin. Like I have American proverbs, Arabic, Japanese, African, Chinese, Greek, Hebrew, and Italian, I think. Okay, so let me add title. And okay, so I have this file, and I'm going to export as a CSV file. Okay. So now I have this file. Let me show you. Okay, this is my database with proverbs. I think it's like 1000. Okay, it's a CSV file that basically is a text file, and every column is split with this semicolon. Okay. Okay, so let's start editing the app. And first thing, I'm going to explain the structure that I'm going to use. Okay, it's going to be really simple. Okay, basically I will have one screen, like an introduction screen with some text and one start button. Okay, and then I will use a database screen. Okay, I will use data view screen. Okay, so yeah, and the data view will have the database with all the proverbs, and then I will use a detail view. Okay, only to show one proverb. Okay, I will explain that later. Okay, let's start with the first screen. The main screen is going to be a detail screen. And, well, let's do some real stuff, okay? Because my intention is to publish this app after the webinar. So I'm going to use one table with one cell inside so that I can use margins. And, well, here I'm only going to put some text and one button. Okay, so let me add first some space. So for adding space, I normally use, let me get all the resources. I normally use a transparent picture. Oh, something's going wrong. Hold on. It's not letting me. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I cannot drag and drop. My File Explorer is not letting me dragging and dropping, so let's upload resources manually. It's not a Mobincube mistake, it's something with my computer. Okay, so let's upload file per file. This one. This one. And the last one. This one, the transparent image. Okay, so I will add some space and some text. And here I'm going to write like welcome to this app that shows random press start to give the first one. Let's use a small font, some more space. Well, I use transparent images for adding space because I can really control the size, okay, of the space. But you can also use separators, like invisible separators, but you cannot control the size, okay? That's why I always use transparent images, okay? And the button is going to be a text with 50% size, and I will write start in bold letters, and let me add some space on the top and on the bottom. Okay, and I will use white color, and then the bottom will be blue. Okay, so I have this button. Okay, so this will link with the screen that will display sentences. Okay, so let me create that screen. It's going to be called like would one. Okay, or let me call it proverb. Okay. So now I have to add an action to this button. I will use action go to screen and then proverb 1. Okay. So, well, this is my first screen. And for this screen, I'm going to use a timer with 1 millisecond, and I will use the action interstitial. Okay, so that anytime the user presses back and goes to this screen, then I will launch a full screen advertisement. Okay, this will let me make more money. Okay, so that's all. This is the first screen. I know this screen is not really useful. Okay, I guess you will think that you don't need this screen, but this is really useful for letting the advertisement libraries to initialize. Okay, so you give more space to the ad network to optimize everything and receive advertisements. Okay, so that's why you should always have one screen of this type. Okay, in case you are creating apps for making money, of course. Okay, so let's go to the second screen, proverb 1. Okay, so this screen, the proverb 1, is going to be a data view. Okay, so I will put all the proverbs in a database, and I just want to show one of them. Okay, I will have like 1,000 proverbs in my database, but I only want to show one of them. Okay, and I want to show a different one every time I access this screen. Okay, so the way to do that is to use a detail view, because the detail view only shows one item of the database. Okay, but if I want to have like different content every time, I can have my database and order it randomly. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. Okay, but first let's create a database. I'm going to use the name like Proverbs, for example, and I will have 2 fields. Okay, the first one is going to be like the proverb itself. It's going to be a text, and the second one is going to be called origin. Okay, and it's also going to be a text. It's going to be a really simple database, right? Okay, so now I have my database. Let's fill with the content. Okay, so well, I have here my database, and I think I already exported, yeah, to CSV. Okay, you can create it with Excel, okay, but then you have to export it to CSV format, right? So this is the text file with every line is an item. Okay, so this is the first proverb, then as the comma, and then the type. Okay, so let's go back to Mobincube, and I'm going to import data. I'm going to use the semicolon because my CSV file is using semicolon to separate columns. And let's select the file. It's going to be this one. Okay, so now it's importing data to my database. Okay, so it's going to take maybe 1 minute, so let's wait. Okay, 700. I think I have like 1,000. Let me check. Yeah, almost 1,500. Okay. You can have more if you want, of course. Okay. Um, hold on, please. Okay, sorry, I had to do something. Okay, so here I have my database with 1,500 almost. Okay, it's two columns. The first one is the proverb, and the second one is the type. Okay, so okay, if I want to have a different proverb every time, you can just use the order, like select the first field, for example, and use the random order. Okay, so this way, every time you get data from the data view, you will have the data in a different order. Okay, so let's see an example. Let's click here on preview. Okay, and you see the first one is this Chinese proverb, the lone sheep is in danger or something. Okay, so if I close and I preview again, it takes some time to load. It's like 1,000. So now the first one is this English proverb. Okay, so the order is different every time I open the database. Okay, so this is why I use random order. Okay, so now I need a detail view. Okay, so basically I will have one sentence and then the type maybe, and then I will have two buttons. Okay, one for sharing the content and one for loading a new sentence. Okay, so let's do this. I will add, well, first I'm going to add some space again. I don't want to have all the text on the top of the screen, so let's add some space here. Okay, and then I'll have the proverb itself. I will have like center alignment and then use 90% in the center. Okay, I will use medium-sized font in black maybe, or no, let's use like a dark gray. I prefer that color instead of black. Okay, so then I will have some space again, but a smaller one, really small, like this one. And then I'll have the origin like in the middle again, but with tiny font and blue color maybe. Okay, so well, basically this is the screen. Okay, and now I need one button for sharing the content because I want my users to be able to share the content. So I want to add some button so that they can click on it in order to share the proverb with other apps like WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter, things like that. Okay, so well, instead of adding buttons here, I'm going to use bars. Okay, so let's add one bar. Well, yeah, I will add a bar here. This time I want the bar buttons over the advertisement. Okay, so I'm going to use bars on the screen. Okay, not in the view, but on the screen. So I'm going to open like screen properties tab, and I will use this, and I'm going to use like, well, I will call it bar 1, for example. Okay, and I will put it on the bottom of this screen. Okay, let me edit the bar, and it's going to be really simple. Okay, I'm going to add one table with 2 cells. Okay, and I will have one image here on the left cell, and I will use the share button. Okay, now it's too big. Let's make it smaller, like 40%. Yeah, I think 40% is enough. And let me add some space invisible line. Now I'm using separators, okay? Because I just want a small space, okay? Okay, and the action, I need to add some action to this button. So the action I'm going to use is going to be the share action, okay? And now I have to write here the text that I want to share, okay? I can just enter plain text like this, okay? But in this case, I don't want to enter like a static text, okay? I want to share what is in the database, okay? I mean, the sentence that I'm watching in my screen, I mean, the proverb, okay? So if I want to get data from the database as a destination of my share action, I need to use the name of the column, okay? And I also need to use parentheses, okay? So the field was proverb, okay? So if I put this, okay, then my app will share the proverb, okay? And then I can add some, maybe another more information, like I put a dot and then I use parentheses again and I use origin, okay? So I want to share all the information, okay? Okay, then I will have another button. Oh, sorry. And I will use this one with an arrow. Okay. I want this button to let the user go to the next proverb. Okay. So let me change the cell properties, and I would put it in the middle. Okay. So how can I get the next proverb? Okay. So basically, I could do something really simple. Okay. I could have another screen with the same look and feel as this first screen. Okay. So I could have my app with two data view screens. Okay. Like with this one, and then once it's done, I could clone it, call it proverb 2. Okay. And then from this bar, from this button, I could use action, go to screen, and then proverb 2. Okay. So this way, when the user is watching this screen, they are on proverb 1 screen. So if they click on this arrow, they will go to the screen number 2. Okay. It will be basically the same screen. Okay. The same content, but with a new proverb. Okay. Because when it loads the new screen, it will open the database again with a random order. Okay, so the first item will be different. Okay, so it will display one new proverb here. Okay, so this is basically what I want to create. Okay, so well, the thing is that since I'm creating this app for making money, I want to launch new advertisements. Okay, I need to launch interstitial ads. Okay, so that I can make more money. Okay, so I could have only 2 screens and switch from one screen to another just to refresh the content. Okay, but the thing is that if I launch a full screen advertisement every time the user changes from one screen to another, then it could be a bit annoying for the user. Okay, so he might uninstall the app or give me a bad review, so I will have less downloads in the future. Okay, so what I'm going to do is having like 5 or 6 screens, all with the same look and feel. Okay, so that the user won't have the feeling that he's changing from one screen to another. Okay, but the app will be doing that. Okay, so after 5 screens, then I will launch a full screen interstitial. Okay, so that the frequency of advertisement will be lower. Okay, but the quality of the app will be better. Okay, and the user experience will be much better. Okay, so well, before doing that, let me add another bar to my screen. Okay, because this button is for sharing the proverb. Okay, but I want to add another button to let the user share the app, okay? So that in case some users like my app, I want them to be able to share the app with their friends, okay? So that I can get more downloads. Maybe I can increase like 3% my downloads, but that should be a good number, okay? So let's create a new bar. I will call it header, and this bar will be included in all screens. It's going to be really simple, just a bar with an image inside, with this icon, maybe 3% maybe. Oh, I didn't select. 20% should be enough. But well, let's add some more cell. Let us add some margin on the right. Okay. And here I will add some separator on the bottom and another one on the top. Okay. And for this button, I'm going to use also the action share, but this time I don't want to share anything from the database. Okay. I just want to share some static text like, hey man, you should download this app with lots of great proverbs. And here, let me open Google Play. You know that all the apps in Google Play have the same URL except the N. This is the name of the packet name. So I'm going to take the common part, this one. I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to use bundle ID from my app. Okay. So you can get some, I'm not sure if you know this, but you can get some information from the phone or from the app. Okay, you can use quotes, not quotes. Sorry, how's the symbol called? Not brackets, but you know this one. Can you see it? Okay, you can get. Let me check. Well, if you go to support.mobincube.com, okay, you can search for protocol. Okay, and here you see how to get apps global variables. Okay, you can use these variables or these values in some places in your app, curly brackets, maybe. So you can get location of the device. For example, if you want to open a URL or you want to share content or do some actions that have some parameter, and you have to write the parameter, you can use these values. Okay, so there's one called bundle ID, this one, that will be replaced. I said curly brackets. Oh, great. Thanks for that. I thought Daniel was joking. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so yeah, if I put bundle ID with curly brackets here, the app will replace it with the real bundle ID or the Android package name. Okay, so you'll see. So if I share this through WhatsApp, for example, okay, then the receiver will get the real URL of my app. Okay, so well, this is my header bar. Okay, so well, basically this is the screen number 1. Now I will go to screen number 2 and I will add the same bar. Okay, but instead of having the bar 1 on the bottom, I'm going to remove it from screen 2, and I'm going to copy bar 1. I will change the name for bar 2, and I will add it on the bottom. Okay. And since I told you that I'm going to use 5 screens, so I'm going to get proverb 2 screen. I'm going to clone it. And we'll have proverb 3. Okay, so the bar number 2 will have to open screen number 3. Okay, this might be a little bit confusing, I know. So this arrow button will open proverb 3 screen. Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I'm going to remove anchor point from all these screens. Okay, the anchorage point. Okay, because I don't want them to be added to the navigation stack. Okay, so that if anytime the user presses back button, I want them to go to the main screen. Okay, so that they will have the feeling that they are always in the same screen. So let's go to proverb 1, and then I will remove the anchorage point also, and then proverb 2. I think I removed from here. Right. Okay. So let's go to proverb 3. I will remove it also, and then I can clone screen number 3. I will call it proverb 4. Well, yeah, and I will modify the bars. So let's remove bar 2, and hold on. Okay, sorry. I will copy bar 2, and I will have bar 3. Okay, let's edit bar 3. I forgot to clone screen 3. Right? No, I did it. Okay, sorry. Let's edit bar 3. So now I only need to change the destination to proverb 4. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, so let's go to screen 4. Let's clone it one last time, and then let's go to bars. Let's remove bar 2. Let's copy bar 3. I think I didn't put it on the previous screen. It's going to be bar 4. And bar 4 should lead us to screen number 5. And this will be the last one. Okay, let me check again screen number 3, because I'm not sure if I put the correct bar. Oh yeah, sorry. So finally, let's go to screen number 5. And here I will do a different thing. First thing, I'm going to use a timer with 1 millisecond. Oh, 1. And I will have action interstitial. Okay. Then I will open my bar manager. I will remove bar 2, and I will copy bar 4. But this time, instead of linking to some screen number 6, I'm going to link with screen number 1. Okay, so I will have one loop. Okay, screen number 1. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's my app. Okay, so well, basically, let me show you the structure. Basically, I have the main screen, and then I have proverb 1, then proverb 2, proverb 3. Okay, I think this is the proverb 2 is the wrong screen with the wrong bar. Okay, so proverb 2. No, it's good. Let me check the content of the bar. Yeah, bar 2 is linking to the same proverb 2, but it should link to proverb 3. I knew there was something wrong, but okay. So now I have proverb 2 linking to proverb 3. I think this is something that was not refreshed, but it should work. Proverb 3 links to proverb 3 again. I think there's something wrong. Let me check one last time the bars. Proverb 4 has bar 4. This is weird. Maybe it's only one mistake. Oh, okay, I know. This is the bad thing. Okay, the whole table is linking to screen number 3. Not only, I mean, the icon is linking to the correct screen, but also the table has an action. So let me remove this action. My bad, sorry for that. I think I'm doing this too fast. Okay. So then I guess I have to edit bar 5 as well. Let's check all bars. Okay. So I'm selecting the full table, and it has also a go to screen, no action, and then this is correct. Okay. Let's check again. Bar 3. No action. Okay. And let's try bar 2. I guess you know what I'm doing, right? As I told you, I mean, I guess you already know the basics, so I'm doing this fast. I mean, the intention of this webinar is not learning how to add bars or how to edit them. And then let's check bar 1. Okay, this one was good. Okay, so now we have the app. Okay, let's check the structure again. Now it works. Proverb 1 to proverb 2 to proverb 3. And again, I'm not sure. Let's refresh. Let's press F5. Okay. Oh, this is funny. Now it seems they are not linked. No, I think I'm having some internet issues. Okay, now it works. Okay, yeah, it was my speed. Okay, now everything looks fine. Okay, now proverb 1 to proverb 2 to proverb 3, then 4, 5, and 1. Okay, so well, let's publish the app. Okay, well, I should preview it on my device, but I prefer to publish it so that you all can download it from this link. Okay, because if I preview it, I will get a URL, but with one download only. Okay, but I prefer to publish it, and then after it's published, you will be able to try on your Android device. Okay, but anyway, I will show you my webcam with my Android device so that you can check the app. Okay. So let's wait like 2 or 3 minutes until my app is ready. Okay, so, oh, sorry. In the meantime, if you have some questions, I can answer them. Well, as I was telling you at the beginning, I mean, this app is intended to be for making money. Okay, so there are some users of Mobincube. Some of them are making good money with this style of apps. Okay, normally they use these, for example, these apps, and they use names like quotes about sadness for WhatsApp, for example. Okay, or motivational quotes for WhatsApp, or motivational or like leadership quotes for WhatsApp, things like that, you know, or jokes for WhatsApp. Okay, if you do things like that, maybe you get a good positioning. Okay, and some of them are making money. I know some guy who's making like $2,000 every month with, and he only makes apps of this style. He like sharing sentences or things like that. And you can do similar apps with images. Okay, apps for sharing images. Okay, and you can use these apps for creating jokes apps or like greeting cards, things like that. Okay, okay, so it's ready. Let me install the app. If you have an Android device, you can use this URL, or you can use the QR code. Okay, I'm going to install it on my device. Okay, and I will show it to you so that you can check the results. Okay, this app is really simple. Okay, but you can make money with this app. Okay, you don't really need to create like really complex apps to make money. Of course, if you create like a huge app with nice content, it can be good. But you can also, if you have good content, you can also create nice apps that are really simple. Okay, you see, I created this app in maybe 40 minutes. Probably the longest part was like having all the quotes. Okay, I spent like 20 minutes on internet before the webinar for collecting all the sentences. Okay, you can find a lot of websites with sentences or jokes, things like that. Okay, so that might be like the longest part. Okay, so having the content might take 1 hour, 2 hours maybe, if you want to have some specific content. Okay, but then creating the app can be really, really simple with Mobincube. Okay, so let me share my webcam. Okay. Well, I know it's a bit blurry, but let me open my app. This is the same app I just created. So I have this message and then the start button. Okay, so let me click on it, and I have, well, this is screen number 1. Okay, well, I'm getting the first interstitial. Okay, you know that if you create one app with Mobincube and you want to make money, Mobincube will always put one ad banner on every screen, like this one here. Okay, and we will also launch a full screen interstitial at the beginning. Okay, but after that we won't show more any other interstitials unless you use the action interstitial. Okay, so in this case I have this sentence. This is screen number 1. Okay, so I have everything here. I have the proverb and then the origin, okay, in a smaller font. And then I have the header bar with the share button. Then I have the bar on the bottom. I have the share button that shares the sentence. And I also have the next button, okay? So let's start using this button. Okay, then I will share this quote. Okay, let me see the quote again. Adventurers are to the adventurous. Okay, great proverb. So let me, for example, use WhatsApp, and then let me select a contact. Okay, so I'm sharing with this group, and well, this is, oh, it's something wrong. Oh, there's something went wrong here because I was supposed to share this sentence, but I used share, and then it's sharing a different sentence. The unknown is ever imaging, Greek proverb. So I think I just found some bug in Mobincube. Let's try with a different one. Okay, let's forget about that, and I will check later. Okay, then we have this next button. If I click here, I will go to the screen number 2. Okay. Okay, so this is screen number 2 with a different proverb. Then if I click, I will go to screen number 3. Then screen number 4. And then now I'm going to go to screen number 5, and I will get a full screen advertisement. You see? Because I use the action interstitial. Okay, so now if I click again, then I will go to screen number 1. Okay, so, and this is a loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will get the advertisement. You see? So this is not really annoying. I mean, because I can see like 5 sentences, and then I get, if I do it fast, then I can see more than 5. And at some point I will get the advertisement. Okay, but at minimum I have to see 5 different screens. Okay. And finally, I have this share button on the top, and this is for sharing the app. Okay, if I click here and I use SMS, for example, then you see my text. Well, I know it's a little bit blurry, but I see, hey man, you should download this app with lots of great proverbs. And I see the real URL for Google Play, okay, with the bundle ID. Instead of bundle ID, it says com.mobincube, Android, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's check again. I'm going to try to share this sentence again. Now it says, among 10 matchmakers, only 9 will lie. No, okay, we found a bug. It's not sharing the sentence on the screen. Since I'm using a random order, I think it's changing the order when I'm sharing. Okay, I will tell it to our technical team, and they will fix it as soon as possible. Okay. But maybe it's because of the random number. Okay. So let's turn off my web. Okay, you saw that. Okay, this is a really simple app. Okay, you see it's only one type of screen, a database with one sentence only on the screen. It's really simple. You could create some variations. Okay, for example, you could have like all the sentences in one screen with a list view, for example. Let's try it. Okay, we have some time left. You could have like proverb one screen, okay, with, for example, a list view, and you could have for example, one table with, for example, a share button. You could do something like this. Add this, and then add this, and then put it centered vertically in the middle, and then add the proverb in the first column, and some here in small size. For example, okay, let's put this as a main, and you could have this. You could have like all the sentences in the same screen, and then let the user just pick one and share it. Well, I'm not sure if this works. I mean, the HTML emulator, I think it's not working. But anyway, you could create a different type of app if you do that. Instead of having like 5 screens and only one sentence on the screen, just have a menu with all the sentences, and then just let the user pick one. Okay, so this is another possibility. Something's wrong. Okay, but yeah, I think in the previous webinar, I think it worked. The sentence sharing. Let me try, because it was almost the same. Let me find it. I'm just checking, okay? Yeah, I don't know what happened in the I might know the reason. Let me share this. This is the same app, but in Spanish that I created in the previous webinar. It's basically the same, but I have this sentence, okay, and if I share it, it is the same sentence here, okay? Let's put here and I'll click. It's the same sentence, okay? And I think I know the reason of that, okay? I save our technical team a lot of time. Let me delete this list, okay? And I think the reason, let me turn off the camera, the webcam. I think the reason is because in the previous app, I added my bars on the view, but in this app, I added the bars on the screen. Okay, so let me change that. Let's go to Proverb 1, and instead of having my bar here on the screen, I'm going to add the bar on the view here. Bar 1. It might look the same, but it's not the same. Okay, because you know, in a data view screen, you can have like different views. Okay, and then you can have a bar for the whole screen, or you can have like different bars for every single view that you're using. Okay, so now I'm changing that, and I'm removing bars from the screen, and I'm going to add them on the view. Okay, let's remove it from here, and then select the view, and then view properties, bar 2 here. You see that this one is disabled. Okay, this one I cannot move this one because this one is on the screen, and this one is on the view. Okay, let's go to proverb 3. Let's remove it from here, bar 3, then select the view, bar 3. Okay, we're almost done. Let's bar 4, and then finally screen number 5, bar 5 out from here, and then select the view and add bar 5. Okay, so well, let's publish my app again, and let's see if that fixed the problem. Okay. Anyway, I will tell my colleagues in the technical team to fix it. It should work even if it's in the view, in the screen and not in the view. Okay, but let's see. So now I'm republishing again. It will take again like 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, in the meantime, let's check if there are more. I didn't see that there were some questions in the chat. Okay. Well, in the meantime, if you have some questions, you can keep using the chat. Yeah, I know it's not in the same scope, but it should work, Daniel. If there's a database open anywhere in the app, it should get information. But anyway, if that fixed the problem, let's check. Yeah, you can have multiple views, but they all get info from the same database. So if you put a bar in the screen, it's only one database on the screen, so it should. I mean, it would be more flexible if users could do that. Okay, I guess it's almost done. Let's wait 1 more minute. Let's refresh. Okay, it's taking more than expected, but but I mean the app is done. Okay, So I'm not going to teach you new things, but I just want to check if this is working. I guess it's worth it to wait a little bit. And well, after the webinar, you should try to do one of these type of apps and search for some content on the internet and try to publish on apps. Okay. So, well, in the meantime, let me ask you, are you trying to make money with Mobincube? I mean, all the attendees here, or some of you are willing to make apps for businesses? Apps for, okay. So, well, maybe this type of app, the content sharing like quotes or verbs, is not really useful for businesses unless you want to offer some free apps for your customers so they can enjoy their spare time. Okay. Yeah. I guess the app in this webinar is more for people trying to make money with Mobincube. So yeah, but I guess like the basics of this webinar can be also useful for business apps, like the how to share content, because even if you create a business app and you want to promote different products in your app, maybe you can add some share functionality so that your users can share details of your products. Okay, so the philosophy will be the same. Okay, like using the share action and use data from the database. Okay, so that can be the same. Okay, this is taking. Oh, maybe there's a lot of people. Okay, now I just refresh the screen. Okay, to be honest with you, I think misunderstood the purpose of it. Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, members or groups. Okay, that's a more complex app. Okay, but I guess we will do it. Okay, as soon as we integrate with Movac. I'm not sure if you know that in July we announced a partnership with a company called Movac.com. Okay, and well, one of the features that this partnership will add to Mobincube is like a more advanced push system. Okay, you will also be able to save data on a server without programming a server. Okay, so Movac will provide a backend for your apps. Okay, created with Mobincube. Okay, and then you will be able to create like amazing things. Okay, one of them will be like advanced push notifications. Okay, you will be able to send a push notification only for one user or only for a group of users. Okay, so that way you will be able to create like chats or like WhatsApp style apps and things like that. Okay, so once we integrate with the Movac SDK, then we will have a webinar with a huge example on how to create one WhatsApp style app or something like that. Okay, so I guess that's what you had in mind, right? So, well, anyway, the app is ready. Let me download it again. Okay, it's downloading. I'm going to share my webcam. Okay, install it. It's installing. Open. Okay, now let's try buttons. Okay, young people don't know what age is, and well, it's so. Oh, sorry, I click on the ad. Okay, this one. Sorry. Put app or shut app. Okay, let's share it via SMS. And now I get put app or shut app, American proverb. Okay, so it worked. That was the thing. You have, if in case you want to do something like this, you have to put the bar inside the view, not on the screen. Okay, at least now. I guess they will fix it in the future, but this is how it works. Okay. Okay, so that's all I wanted to explain today. I mean, I think we created a really simple app. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's simple with a white design, you know, like simple, a lot of space and things like that. It's nice. It's simple. You can create this app in 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Or, well, maybe you spend like 1 hour or 2 hours like collecting all the content, all the sentences or proverbs or jokes and things like that. But once you have that, well, I think it took me like 20 minutes to get like 1,500 quotes, okay? But that's the longest part of this app, okay? So after 2 hours or 3 hours, you can have one app, one really simple app, but you can make money with this app, okay? If you publish it on the App Store, well, of course, for publishing on the App Store, you know that you have to go to Android markets and then download the APK file, and you just need to publish on Google Play or Narania Market or Amazon App Store or Aptoide, Samsung apps. There are a lot of Android markets out there, and just use all of them. I mean, not all of them, but at least 5 of them. Okay. And yeah, and if you create like, I don't know, like 20 apps of this style, maybe you can start making money. Okay. I know some guys that have, well, some guys, different people that have some apps of this style for sharing sentences, and some of them are making like more than 1,000 per month dollars. Okay. One of them is making like 2,000. Okay. And well, it's not bad, you know, because after you publish the app, you forget about it. You just have your app published and it starts making money every month. So it's, you know, a good way to make money. Okay. You mean the WhatsApp style app? The membership app. Okay, yeah, oh, I didn't read that. The membership app. So people who join can add their own proverbs. Yeah, this is something that we could create already. Okay. A forum type. Yeah, that can be done with Mobincube, but you need some HTML and JavaScript knowledge. Okay. Well, you don't even need PHP. I mean, you can use, as I was telling you, you can use mobac.com. Okay, so you don't need to add some server code. Okay, you can do it everything from the app. Okay, and use the backend that Mobac provides. Okay, so yeah, I guess it would be a great idea to have a new webinar. it will be like the second chapter of today's webinar, but having like a more sophisticated content sharing. Okay, I will do that. That will be also great to show you an example of how to use mobac.com. Because with Mobac you can like manage users in your app. You can create a login screen. I think you have a webinar already that we offered like 1 month ago. And I think I explained how to create a user system with mobac.com in your app. Okay, it should be published on bigmarket.com/Mobincube. It should be really simple. I mean, adding sentences, send them to the server, and let other people even like rate them. Oh. Well, of course, I guess it depends on your purpose. But Microsoft is cool. Could I share variables within data views? Not now. That's one of the functionalities that we want to add in the future. Now you can use variables like system variables, the ones I showed you here. Okay, but our intention is to let you also use your own variables. Okay, so you can store data in some variables and use that data in a different view or a different screen. Okay, I'm not sure when that will be available. Maybe in several months. Okay. Okay, so any more questions? No? Thank you. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for being here today. It's been a pleasure to offer you our knowledge about Mobincube, and we hope you learn a lot and you start making more and more apps with all this knowledge. And some more complex stuff in the future. Yeah, of course, we will do it. Okay, because this webinar is the first one in this new series. Okay, we want to teach examples. Okay, but we wanted to start with a simple one. Okay, but it will get more and more complicated. Okay, because we want to populate our content, our video content, with tutorials and stuff. So this type of webinars is something useful for lots of users, I guess. Okay, so yeah, if no more questions, then I guess it's time to say goodbye and see you in the next webinar. Okay, bye bye.